Okay, so here's how you do a deal in Sherpa. From the home screen, click Accounts at the top left, and I'm going to maximize that screen. You're going to need an ERP ID, which is right here. If you don't have one, just come to me and I'll get one for you. Click on the Proposals tab, and then click Add. You're going to quickly name your proposal, doesn't really matter what it is, and hit Submit. That brings it here, and when you select it, you see these extra tabs at the top. The first one is Solution Configurator, and this is where you're going to put the items that you want to add to your configuration. So I'm going to start off with an IMC 3000 and hit Search. And I'm going to select it here as it comes up. I'm going to skip over the accessories and go right to the pricing level. I'm going to select Regular. You can change your billing frequency here. This is where you change your service rate. I'll pretty much always make it regular. And if you had any minimum volumes, this is where you would do that. So now you just add that to cart and it shoots it over to the right. And my next machine is going to be an IMC 2000. I'm just going to hit enter and it searches that. Select it. Again, just skip the accessories for now. Select regular. Add to cart. And I'm going to include some custom software in this, so I'm just going to type custom. And what that means is that's software that's just not in the system for whatever reason. It's new, it just hasn't been added yet. So select that, regular, add to cart. Okay, so now we have essentially the mainframes. That custom is a mainframe. So I'm going to select the IMC 3000 and click Add Accessories, and in this screen you can add a whole bunch of accessories much easier. You can even search for them, so this will bring up the waist toner. If I search for a color, that's going to give me the actual toners that I need, and you could select all those. If you need a settlement, it's called settlement, just type that in. You're going to need to include those as an accessory if you do have that. Okay, and even though I erased that from the search box, they're still checked off. So now I check off a couple more things, and then I'm going to add. You see them populate here underneath the 3000, and I'll do the same to the 2000. Okay, I'm just going to click a couple accessories here. Just random stuff, really. Okay, and add. See it there. Now for the custom, because I want to sell more than one license, I'm going to add an accessory of custom. And I know that sounds weird, but the reason we do that is if we're selling like 600 licenses, we don't want 600 lines on the movement forms. So we have to change the accessories. Here we're going to edit service rates, so you click Edit Service Rates, and the password is password. That'll flash red. Okay, and you scroll all the way over to the right, and here's your rates. I'm just going to change a couple right now. Okay, and then save it, just click the flashing red button. I'll just scroll to the left here and click Transfer to Summary. So what that does is it brings everything over to the solution summary, and it does all the pricing. So right here you see the total out cost. That's actually our sales price. So if we had a payment and we wanted to work backwards from the payment, this is a lease, but say if it was a buyout, you click that button, it grays out the lease. I'm going to set my lease rate here. And my lease term, and then hit Calculate Financials. That gives me a payment based off of the sales price that I have in Solution Summary. That was close, but I want 1600, let's say. I'll just type 1600 and hit Tab. Changes my sales price here, but now we have a problem because it's different from the sales price here by this amount exactly, 365.90, and it's negative. So that means that we need to bring the price in our solution summary down by that amount. So let me just get a calculator here. And I'm going to type that 365.90. Go to solution summary. And I'm going to grab my C3000 and I'm going to take it off of that. So Just going to say minus 6916 to get the difference. Okay, 6550.1. So let's put that in our out cost on the left here. And that changes our total price, which is total out cost. Now I go back to financials. And you see this update on the left here is red. Let's click that anytime that's red. Good. And then you're also going to calculate financials right after that. So see, our gross profit is 0. That's good. That means that we have the right pricing in. But, oops, we forgot to put a settlement in. So let's throw in $500 here. Okay. Now let's throw in our cost out again, or our price. So let's go to financials. We changed something in the summary, so hit update and calculate. Okay, and now we see the price is even, and that's good, but it's thrown our payment out. So we wanted 1600, so let's put 1600 back in here, hit tab, and you can see the total is out by that settlement that we put in. So that means we have to bring that amount out of something else. So let's bring it out of the IM 3000. Okay, and now that brings our price back down to 15.2. But we changed something in the summary, so we got to hit update, calculate. Alright, and now we have 0 gross profit, 1600 lease payment, and everything's in there. So now I'll show you the movement forms. This part is really just when you want to change the ship to and bill to for your machines. So you can see they're all going to 123 anywhere, both billing and shipping. But I want to change one of these here. So I'm going to make the C 3450 somewhere street. Now, if you look at the 2000, it's still going to 123 anywhere. But let's say I want them all to go to the same spot. So I'm just going to click apply all models on this 3000, and that changes the ship to for everything. Okay, so we're pretty much done with this screen. And we're on to oh, you know what? I didn't do anything with those custom softwares, so let's rename these. You'll rename it whatever your software is called. Mine is going to be software 1. Now, you don't want the mainframe to be higher than 1. And the mainframe is going to be basically the first line in there. So we're just going to count it as 1 unit. So now, when we have more than 1 unit, we put it into the accessory. So let me change the accessory to be the same name. And I'll just put the description in here. Okay, so we're putting the additional units in here because we want the movement forms to work. Alright, so let's change the price here. 25 bucks. Now I'll show you, if you change the price and then you change the quantity, you think everything's good. And then you go over to your financials tab, you hit update, and it looks like something happened, but you know, everything's looking good. We got the gross profit and everything, but it shouldn't be. Something should have gone up because we just put costs in. Oh, it looks like the cost went back to 0, and that's because we changed the quantity before we changed the price. So change the quantity and then the price. Or I said that wrong the first time. We changed the price and then the quantity. You want to change the quantity and then the price. So we go back to financials, we update and calculate again because we changed something on the summary. It's put our payment out of whack as we expected it would, and it's 525 bucks. We got to make up somewhere else. Let me just put this in my calculator. This is the easiest way for me. Then I'll go back to the summary, and I'll just take it out of my C3000, 552510. Okay, now go to financials, update and calculate. And alright, everything is correct. We already did our movement forms. You can see here there's only that one line. It would be 20 lines if we had put that on the mainframe. That's not what we want. Okay, so now we're going to submit. So generate number, sale type. This is going to be a new customer because I'm going to show you where to put ZBA on your paperwork. 90% of orders are going to be FCMA for maintenance type, and our invoice type is going to be email. You have to click submit, or sorry, save here on the bottom right, and it doesn't give you any kind of success message. You just know that it works. Click the paperwork so it highlights blue like that, and it's very important to make sure you include your movement forms or else it breaks the whole thing. And then you're going to submit selected. Now this actually takes quite a while. This can take, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, or it can take a couple of minutes. I think it depends on the size of the deal. Because this is a 3-machine deal, this one's probably going to take about 40 seconds. So I'd say a 1-machine deal is about 10 seconds, so that kind of gives you the idea of per machine how long it's taking. And it does look frozen here, but after a second we're going to get a message. It's going to either say it's submitted, or it's going to say we didn't have an email for this client. Okay, no email set up for this user, and the order's been submitted. Good. So now we'll close the submission window, close the account window. I'm going to get this calculator header, and in the main Sherpa screen, click order processing at the top. I'm going to organize by change date here so that you can easily see mine at the top. And double click that. Double click the paperwork at the bottom. And that's going to open an Excel file for you. Let me maximize that. Go straight to order checklist and select lease. Okay, it starts doing all this weird stuff. It's going to take a little longer the more machines you have, because it's going to do a installation network questionnaire for each one. It's filling out all the movement forms, and there it goes, it's done. So we check our lease price model, and uh-oh, it looks like we have some problems, because our payment should be $1,600. What happened? Oh, it looks like we missed 2 entire configs worth of information. What happened? Well, here's how you fix that. You right-click any tab, unhide, and you're going to unhide the equipment info tab. The reason that this happens every once in a while, probably about 50% of the time actually, is what's in this file, or in this tab, is out of order from the movement forms. So this 3000 needs to be at the front. Because you see here, the first item is the IM 3000. So then our next machine is the 2000. And is that what we had? Yep, 2000 is second. And our software down here is third. And let's just make sure, okay. And now you see in here, this was all filled out by the program, so this one worked. But because they were out of order, this one didn't get filled in. And that's why that showed 0 on that page there. And same with the software. So how do we fix this? We just have to make sure everything's in order. So here I'm just taking a look to see if the order of the accessories matches the movement forms. So the software is, this is custom software, then this description, this longer description, yep, that looks right. Software 1, that's the same. And you have to make sure both the description and the product code are in the same order. So 2000, okay, so we got the keyboard, the bin tray, the green button, software segment, rental, external bin, virtual software. Looks like it's in order. Okay, so I don't have to change anything here. So I'll just go back and run that. And it's going to run it again. This time it should work. Okay, just making the questionnaire again. Okay, and there we go. So it's all filled in correctly. We didn't have a map price for the custom software, so you can just manually put that in. And let's go down here and check our payment. Yep, there's our payment, 1600. Perfect. Now if you look down here, there's an instruction sheet, and that's going to tell you the order that everything has to be in. But, uh-oh, it looks like I have a whole bunch of extra stuff in here. What's that about? Well, that happens every once in a while, so you just click the button again, and that's going to it's going to redo the calculation, but it's going to, in the end, hide everything that you don't need. Okay, and there you go. So you just see the stuff that you would need for release. And the order that we want to print it out in is here on the instruction sheet. And these are the movement forms. So those go in second in your package. Then your lease price model or bill of sale, depending on the type of deal, that's this. Then you're going to put in your credit approval, your trade up and supplemental emails, your equipment form, that's right here. You're going to have to customize it yourself and put what equipment needs to be removed there. Then you would put the lease agreement. And you've got one here. There's the payment. There's the lease T's and C's. Then you're going to add in service contract. And this is the new one. Okay, and here's where you would toggle your ZBA. So this is going to tell Matt in operations that this is a zero business account. So please do this on your new accounts. And if you just click the button, it'll also take it off. Alright, then your service terms and services and your INQ is the last thing. Okay, and that's pretty much it for the paperwork. There's going to be one INQ for each machine. And then you go back to Sherpa, and the last step is submitting to eAuto. So it shows you all your configurations, and you're going to hit submit. And here we're going to get an error because we don't have one of the items. But if that's the case, you're just going to let Matt know that you're missing this item in eAutomate, and he can add it in. Okay, that's pretty much it.